am going to show you my absolute favorite coloring Christmas card. Now this is one where it's for a special person because there's lots and lots of detail and actually quite a few pieces to it too. It's a larger sized card because it's through the Memories and More pack. So this is actually from the Santa Express package that's in the holiday catalog. So this card actually measures a little bit bigger. So it's 4 inches, 4¼ inches wide by 6¼ inches tall. So it's a little bit bigger. And because of that, I think that the mousse fits so perfectly. And then you can still add some layers to the card without making it feel cramped. So this is using the All Bundled Up. And this was the fall mini holiday catalog from Stampin' Up. I just love it. And all the characters are really fun. There's a cute little raccoon, bunny, little bird, and of course the moose with the toque. So this set I'm actually using quite a few elements. So I'm using the Memories and More card, which is fabulous because it's the fronts. Here, I'll show you this one as well before it was decorated. Have all of these fun dots. And then you can see the green one here. Front is a little bit more monochromatic, but you can see the green dots on it as well. And I'm just getting a little bit of shadow there. Anyways, and then I had the deckled rectangles to make the white and the Poppy Parade color behind it. And then I have a rectangle piece. This gold paper, some of it's silver as well, was from just this previous year's celebration, the gold and silver paper from that celebration event. And then I have a piece down here with the sentiment and a tiny little bow. Okay, so I made this one previously using kind of the green and red dot pattern. This time I'm going to kind of show making it with just like a solid, I guess more of the solid green with green speckles through the background. So these envelopes are super cute too. They already have like a front and a green, and then they have dots inside. So anyways, you can mix and match your envelopes. I put my green cards with the green envelopes and the red cards with the red envelopes. Okay, so I have here, this is actually mint macaron, because I felt that it kind of brought out the color nicely of kind of that, that speckled pattern on the back of the cardstock. This piece is 6 inches by 1.5. And then my gold or the silver designer series paper from that celebration that I used was 1¼ inches by 5¾ inch. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to the back here. Glue that on. It has a nice little border. And then I'm going to glue that flat to my card front. Now my little moose, where did he go? My little moose, I'm going to ink that up. My Memento black ink. And then I'm going to be coloring it with the blends. So the reason you need to use the Memento black is this is a water-based ink. And in order to use the blends, which are alcohol-based, you need to use, you don't want that ink, the alcohol markers to smear the black ink, right? Because that would make it look yucky. So if you don't want to use the StazOn ink, because that is an alcohol-based ink, so alcohol markers would move the alcohol around, thereby creating blurriness. Whereas the Memento ink is water-based, And because it's water-based, then alcohol inks won't interfere. You want two unlike things to prevent smearing. Long story short. Okay, so I have my little moose and then my Poppy Parade also cut out using the deckled rectangles. I'm just going to glue that on flat. Now, I must say that I do really love kind of the neutral tone blends that come out through Stampin' Up. Just because you can kind of create so much wildlife now. Before we kind of only had bronze. And now there's a whole spectrum of colors. Just gives so many different options, both for like, I think, skin tones as well as animals. So here I'm using the medium light marker for the body of my moose. Don't forget his little ears. Now I do want to leave his eyes white, so I'm just going to go around his eyes. I must say, I never really liked coloring when I was a little kid because I always wanted it to look like these blends. You didn't want all like, when you used to color as a kid using like Mr. Sketch markers and things like that, you'd get little marks left behind, right? Like, so you'd have to be making sure you're coloring in the same direction and kind of make your strokes one, next to each other. And the lovely thing about these alcohol markers is it's kind of the dream that I always had as a child. That you can color, and then once it dries, you don't see your coloring streaks. Now, of course, you can color these using pencil crayons or regular markers just as well, but I must say, I really do love my blends. Okay, so I used the medium light for his body, and then I'm using the medium dark to do his antlers. Now, there's probably no right or wrong answer for what color you want to do your moose. I decided to keep my moose kind of lighter tones just because I didn't want to lose any detail in his face. There we go. Now his hooves I did in light gray granite. I can see here at the bottom, actually accidentally went out of the lines. This is my other thing that I love that I didn't have as a child. This is the color lifter. So if you gently put that just over the spot, it erases it. Markers with an eraser. Who knew? Okay, then I have then I actually just got these. I have dark petal pink, light petal pink. Try the dark here. The inside of his mouth. bottoms of his little ears. Okay, so one of the coordinating colors for this is Bermuda Bay. So I have my light Bermuda Bay pen. Okay, so on this one up here, I did his hat red. I'm gonna do a green hat. As time go around. Markers also have two sides, which is so lovely. The other thing that's nice about the markers is you can actually go back and just by adding more ink, create some shading and make it darker. Okay, that for his hat. Now there isn't a Poppy Parade blends marker, so I'm actually using my Sweet Sorbet. Give his little pom-pom a little go to color. And I think for this one, I'm actually going to do a scarf. White and red, alternating blocks. Let's see if I can color and count alternating blocks at the same time. You're not doing too badly there. And there we go. I'll lift it up to the camera so you can see a bit closer. So you can see I gave him a red and white scarf with a green toque and a little cute red pom-pom. He's very cute. Okay, so I'm going to take some dimensionals, pop those on the back here. Now, the one downside of these blends is that you do tend to need to layer. So I guess I shouldn't have glued this to show you, but long story short is, let's say I stamped something on the inside of my card and card blends, it would typically bleed through the back of that piece of paper. But here, because even if you had it just on the white piece of paper, put it directly on the green would block it. But here I've, I guess, layered it up a couple of times. Okay, so I have that there. Now this stamp set has some really cute sayings. It feels a lot like Christmas. Your crisp friendship warms my heart. This one I put your friendship warms my heart. And then for this card, I'm actually going to use it feels a lot like Christmas. So I just have a little strip of basic white paper here. I'm just going to ink it up my Poppy Parade. Stamp it there. Now I have my scissors. I'm going to snip it here at the end and actually snip it a little bit shorter here as well. And again, pop that up with a couple dimensionals. And then I'm going to make a cute little bow because every little moose card needs a cute little bow. So I'm going to put that right there. Now this is retired, but I have left in my stash of life some silver, what's this called? Silver 1/8 inch ribbon. They made it in gold and in silver. So I'm going to take I thought this coordinated really well with the celebration paper. And because it's so thin, it doesn't take as up much bulk. Everyone needs to have a little bit of ribbon in their stash of life, right? So I have that clipped there. I'm just going to use a glue dot. The glue dots I like to take and just take my ribbon, kind of press it onto the glue dot. The glue dot's still sticking out a little bit, press it in a little bit. And stick it on just like so. And there you go, all done. So you can see this one all kind of in like silver. And this one is using gold. This one has silver striped paper and this one has gold spotted paper. But they both have cute little moose. Very, very fun. I think this will make a great Christmas card. It's not hard to put together, but I think it's just the coloring, which hopefully you find relaxing. If you like to color like I do, which takes a little bit of time, but definitely just brings out the cuteness of Christmas. Have a wonderful night.